Hello, good evening, guys. Welcome back to Real Reds Talk. This is the big one. This is where the pride and passion collide. A rivalry that goes back years and years. Fergie versus Wenger, Keane versus Vieira, Invincibles versus 99. And today we're going to be taking a look at a massive game at Old Trafford, Manchester United versus Arsenal. Alongside me to provide their opinion on this game, we have the A-team today for you lot. So, introducing first, we have Adam. How are you, sir?
I am doing fantastic. As you know, this is a kind of very big game in my house and my family. It's half United, half Arsenal, especially in the wider scale of the family. So up for bragging rights this weekend. It's going to be huge.
How's that happened?
I love it.
How's that happened? How's a bunch of Irish lads get Irish people become Arsenal fans?
I want to know the origin. What's the origin of this story?
Well, on my mum's side, it's all Arsenal, and on my dad's side, it's all Manchester United. So that's how it kind of goes, and big family on both sides. So
I know there's a lot of United Irish support, obviously, because of George Best and Roy Keane and all that sort of stuff. But Arsenal, I didn't expect them to have an Irish following.
Have they ever had any Irish players who've been successful for Arsenal?
I
can't think of any off the top of my head.
But they had, there was one. What's his name? I think it'll be Lawrence.
Call your mum. Ask your mum.
Have a word, and we'll come back to that. We've also got Sam and Shreyas on the show. How are you doing? Are you enjoying your weekend so far, lads? Sam, I'll go to you first.
Yeah, looking forward to the game tomorrow. Should be good. Hopefully another 3 points. Hopefully another win in the bag against Arsenal, and let's put a dents into their apparently title dreams in an invincible season. That's going to happen this season. That's what they're saying. Absolute they're so mental, like the Arsenal fans. They're fucking weird. They're really weird, but here we go.
Absolutely. And have you been watching any of the football yourself, Shreyas? We obviously had the Scousers draw again this afternoon.
Shocking decision,
Everton.
That VAR decision.
Yeah, they actually scored. Connor Cody scored, and I was like, that looks onside to me.
Yeah,
but, have you been watching any of the games?
Yeah, I have been. But yeah, first and foremost, how are you doing, mate?
You know what? I'm a little bit hungover and tired, so I'm not too great today. But I'll be ready for the game tomorrow. So yeah, thank you for asking, Shreyas.
As always.
Oh God.
Okay then. All right, guys. If you're a fan of the show, you want to show the channel a little bit of support, please smash a like on the video and hit that subscribe button, because now it is the road to 1,000 subs. We've gone past 500 now. We've smashed it out of the park. It's 1,000 now, and that is the dream. If we hit 1,000, I'll probably cry on a live stream and do a cannonball in the river near mine. So I'll make it happen. Yeah, love the support. Thank you very much for that. Let's start off with a bit of Arsenal and United trivia. Are you ready? Ready to dive into it? Yeah. Okay, so Wayne Rooney and Thierry Henry are both near the top for all-time goals in the Premier League, but how many do they have individually? And the nearest to the number gets the point. So we'll start off with Henry. How many?
178.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same. 178.
Shreyas?
184.
175 for Thierry Henry.
Ah, bastard.
3 off. Only 3 off.
I knew it was 17 something, and I couldn't remember where it was.
So that's a point each, like Liverpool. Wow, like Liverpool this afternoon. Wayne Rooney, how many did he have?
185 or 7.
Which one, Adam?
You go
7.
I'll go 185 then.
Shreyas?
188.
208.
Fuck
Wayne
me.
Rooney.
Didn't realise it was that high.
Wayne Rooney.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, so no points on that, so just a 1 point each from Adam and Sam on the first one. Who had more assists in the Premier League, Wayne Rooney or Cesc Fabregas?
In the Premier League? Yeah, Fabregas, because he came to Chelsea, didn't he? So surely he's got to have.
Oh,
I'd say Fabregas.
Rooney.
Shreyas?
Rooney.
Cesc Fabregas got more,
Come
111.
on.
Wayne Rooney has 103. Fabregas has 111.
I thought
so
it'd be
only
Fabregas.
I can't even do the math there. My head's burnt. United ended Arsenal's record 49 games unbeaten league run in October 2004. But what was the final score?
Oh God.
I know how it.
You remember because a lot of the
we did it.
decisions were like Arsenal were moaning at. There was a lot of fouls in that game that they did not get given. But we
I
beat
know
their
they
run.
scored the penalty.
Mm.
1-0.
Give us a guess, Sam. What do you think?
I can't remember for the life of me. 2-1. I can't remember.
Give us 2-1.
Strayers?
You know he's there.
Are you there?
No, he's
Oh,
there.
okay.
He's alive.
Thought
woke
he
up.
crashed.
Yeah.
2-1. I will go with 2-1 as well.
2-0.
Ah,
It was. We won 2-0. So none of you get a point for that.
No.
Which player did Arsenal sign from United in 2008?
Mkhitaryan.
2008?
Oh shit! Sorry.
2008.
Sorry. I thought you said.
Yeah.
2008. Shit.
Would have been 2018 probably.
Yeah, that's
wasn't
what.
it? A
That's
little bit
what.
earlier.
Yeah.
Mm.
Silvestre.
Yeah. Silvestre.
Silvestre. Mikel
Yeah, yeah,
Silvestre.
Mikel Silvestre. Bad man.
Played in a Champions League final. Mikel Silvestre.
And then the very last question, bit of a humorous question. Who was the culprit in the famous pizza incident?
Fabregas.
Fabregas.
Do we need to answer that? Do we need to answer that question?
For a piece of pizza at Fergie.
Yeah.
Mental. Yeah, absolutely mental. So I think Adam takes the points home
Yeah.
on that one, but very close. Appreciate the participation, guys. Hope everyone's doing well in the comment section. Get your comments in. Throw us the lads some questions, whatever you want, and we'll have a chat about it whilst we're going through this preview. We play Arsenal, Old Trafford, who've been in flying form this season. 5 wins out of 5, 9+ goal difference, and 15 points on the table. It seems like the players are now starting to believe in Arteta's philosophy and as a unity within the squad. On the flip side of things, if we look at United now, similar things are starting to happen. Adams, man, Ten Hag is starting to work his magic and get performances out of the players. Both teams have recruited really well. And it's like we're coming to a point now in the road where it's too narrow. There's only one car that's going to fit on. One team has to go. It's a big game for us. Looking back to last season in our most recent head-to-head, can you guys remember the games? Remember the score lines at all? I've got it here, but you don't have to think it. But
Yeah, I think
Just
the
saying.
one that happened at the Emirates, the final leg of last season, I think it was 3-1.
Yeah.
And the first one, we ended up winning it with Ronaldo scoring the pen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that was when Carrick was in charge as well. It was his last game in charge, and Ragnick was actually waiting in the wings. So yeah, there's one win for us, one win for them. But that win, we lost against them towards the end of the season, and that dreadful run was just like, oh, and Xhaka scored as well. It's just like Xhaka's a bellend, so it just made it even worse. Both clubs need 3 points, but as we know, this game, lads, it's more than 3 points. It's like United fans, whenever they play Arsenal, it's like Liverpool for me. It's a massive game.
Yeah.
It's pride, it's passion, and it's thunder when it comes to this fixture, and there's a lot more at stake.
I see a bad man who take no shit from nobody. What film's that?
I have no idea, but it sounded funny.
No?
What is it?
I see pride. I see passion. I see a no good mother take no shit from
Oh,
nobody.
is it Cool Running?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fucking Cool Runnings.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen
Wow.
it, watch it. It's a fucking belter of a film.
Yeah. Sam, I'm going to come to you first on this, and I'm going to use these words lightly. Have you been impressed with Arsenal, and what stands out for you when you watch them as a team? Be honest.
I haven't been impressed slightly. Like, who've they really played? They haven't played anyone big yet, have they? Like,
True.
they haven't played a Liverpool, haven't played a City, haven't played a like a sort of big team, a heavy hitter. Obviously, Liverpool are not in great form, so that could be irrelevant at this point. But they haven't played anyone massive yet. So while they've won the games that they should win, and we haven't, because we lost against Brighton, lost against Brentford, so we weren't beating the teams that we should be beating either. So yeah, so they've done what they should be doing with the team that they have and the money that they've spent and the time that Mikel Arteta has had with his team to develop it and get it to the point where it is. They should be doing this, but inevitably, 3/4 away through the season, they're going to choke, they're going to fall, and because they do it every single time. Every season they do it. They just choke that every season. Was it last season? Or it might be the season before. And what that idiot on Arsenal Fan TV was saying, we're going to win the quadruple and shit.
Oh, yeah.
The
Don't
fucking,
take
they're just,
he says.
the deluded fans. They think at the beginning of the season they're going to win everything. And then they get about 3/4 of the way through and it all falls apart. And this season they've actually got European competition to worry about, which they didn't have last season. So that's going to trip them up. So while yes, they've done really well, won the first games, top of the league, fantastic. Gabriel Jesus looking good. Martin Odegaard, who I rate very highly. I think Martin Odegaard's a fantastic player. He's in great form. They've got the midfield working well. The defense is working well. Finally, they've finally sorted that out. So yeah, Ramsdale's on form as well. He's looking great. So yeah, they've got everything working well, but they will start choking, and it will happen. Like, clip this and call me on it 3/4 of the way through the season, because it will happen.
Sam's absolutely adamant on that. Absolutely adamant on it.
If you didn't know, I also hate Arsenal with a passion, because I grew up like I was in my formative years when it was the United Arsenal rivalry. That was my sort of thing growing up. So
I do miss them days. I really miss, like, in the tunnel, Keane Vieira, like
Fergie and Wenger going at each other.
Yeah, it was just like absolutely class. You don't really get that anymore. It's just not like that at all. I saw Van Dijk and Connor Cody hugging before in Merseyside derby.
Yeah,
I'm just like, it's anyway, Sam mentions Gabriel Jesus there. Adam, obviously a player that has hit the ground running for them, looks really good, seems to complete the attack they have. But equally, Varane and Lisandro Martinez for us have been absolute rocks. Something is going to have to give in regards to tomorrow in the result, whether we keep a clean sheet or whether, Jesus gets a goal, Martinelli, or whatever. How do you see that battle playing out, attack against defence?
You see, from what I've seen of Jesus recently, he kind of reminds me of Chicharito. The goals he's kind of scoring are like, instinctive goals, like there'll be the one tap around the box. But he also has it in his locker to dribble by players.
Yeah.
Because Pep used to play him on the wing a bit, and he'd often pop up with assists whenever he got a chance playing for City. But I say the ball is going to be kept on the ground a lot, and I think that favours our two centre halves, especially Martinez. That's probably one of his biggest strengths. Actually, I know people are calling out in his height a lot, but he's won, I think, the highest amount of aerial duels in the league, and Jesus, as we know, isn't really the tallest player himself. So that'll be an interesting battle to see. I'm just hoping we kind of set the tone early, like we did against Liverpool, where you're giving those little kind of barges, those follow throughs early on, just like to let them know you're ready for business. But how I think it'll go, I think our centre halves are going to get the better of them, because I think we have one of the best back fours right now in the league.
Wow. I do think the way Arsenal play, I want to get into the kind of style and play and strengths and stuff in a minute. The way they pull you out of position, concentration is going to be key. If they can stay concentrated, that back four like they have been doing, then we'll give ourselves a really good platform to then go on and be successful in that game. Shreyas, as Sam kind of mentioned before, Arsenal are yet to play a team in the top half of the table. The first 5 fixtures was Palace, Leicester, Bournemouth, Fulham, and Aston Villa, 3 teams that are currently in the relegation spots in the table. Will Manchester United be a real test for them tomorrow, and how can we hurt Arsenal tactically?
I think when it comes to Arsenal right now, yes, there are a lot of positive signs. There are a lot of positives in their whole squad. But once again, I think Manchester United is going to be the first, I would say, biggest game for them this season. I think when you actually look at their side, one side that is actually, somewhere we can actually hurt them is their left back position, because when the season started, you could have seen Zinchenko being, really, really comfortable there. He was playing really well, but now that Tierney has come in, Tierney hasn't looked that good for them. And if Jadon Sancho is going to be starting on that side, I think Jadon Sancho will have a really, really good game, and most of our attacks often generate from the side where Jadon Sancho plays from. So if we put Tierney against Jadon Sancho, at the moment, Jadon Sancho will have a good game against him. And secondly, I think the midfield is going to be an area where we can actually hurt them. I think that it is going to be the area from where we can actually, generate a lot of chances from, because if you look at the midfield, Odegaard right now is looking really, really good. He's in fine form. But except that when you look at their two pivots, you've got Chaka, then you've got Thomas Partey. You've got people who just keep switching over in that CDM or central midfielder spot. They don't really have a concrete pivot in there. And I think if we make the right selection, we can actually just completely run over that midfield easily. I think if we pick a profile of Casemiro to play in that game, I think we can completely win the midfield battle and hurt them, and then actually, generate attacks from the left-hand side as well, where Tierney actually plays from. Because if you look at their defensive line right now, Saliba is looking really, really good. Gabriel is looking really, really good. I think when it comes to the right back position right now, Ben White is playing over there, but Tomiyasu is going to be back, I think, for this game. So, yeah, I think the fullback areas are going to be the regions where we can exploit them the most, and except that I think the midfield is going to be key.
Yeah, like they say in UFC, styles make fights, and I think the way Arsenal play, the way they set up, and the way we can play in transition at times, you saw what we did to Liverpool when we got in behind with stuff with the likes of Marcus Rashford. I think we can really damage him, especially on the wings. So yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. Just taking a look, kind of how Arteta sets them up. They play a 4-2-3-1. High energy, possession-based football defined by perfect positional play. They kind of like to create angles and move pieces of the jigsaw so they can pull you out of play and then send balls in behind with, because the likes of Odegaard, that you touched on then, Shreyas, really intelligent player who can pull the strings. And I think he's actually their captain now, Odegaard.
Yeah, he's the captain.
Which again is another interesting choice. The defense last season was their Achilles heel. They conceded so many fucking goals. But since Saliba's come back in, it's kind of reassured that back line up. I know they've conceded 4 goals in 5 games, I think it is, this season. But last season, they conceded pretty much that just against Brentford in the first game when they had an absolute meltdown completely. So Saliba's definitely come into that defence with some, leadership qualities and played really well. So again, it'd be another interesting battle, whoever it is who plays up top for us against Saliba. We go into this game with 3 wins under our belt ourselves and all of our signings done and ready to go. Whether Anthony will be ready or not, I'm not entirely sure. But if he is ready, Sam, and he is available for this game, how much of a role do you see him playing tomorrow, and how much of an effect could he have if he brings him on?
Yeah, before we get to that, shout out to everybody in the chat. Chat's nice and lively today. Shout out to Ugly Bear, shout out to Shania, shout out to Dan Raj, obviously, shout out to Ratika, all the nice people in chat. Even shout out to Arthur Bushby in the chat who said Man United is shit. Thanks for your fantastic analysis, mate. You've come onto United fan channel and just had a go at us, but hey, he's putting our views up and our things up, so cheers. Enjoy
Welcome to your opinion, mate.
Yeah. Anthony, I don't know if he's going to start tomorrow. I think if we take the pattern that he seems to have done with Casemiro, he's sort of put him in gently. You gave him 10 minutes against Southampton, gave him a bit more against Leicester. It was like 15-20 against Leicester. So I don't think he starts. I know he's had 3-4 days of training this week. So I think he'll be on the bench as an option. I think we'll see a very similar team to what we saw against Leicester, but I think maybe Eriksen comes out because he looked absolutely knackered in that game 70 minutes in, so I think you might see Eriksen go. But his impact, I think he'd be great off the bench. I think he's going to be a fantastic asset for us, and I think going forward he will be the starting right winger, because I think we need that strength and depth. And I think when you spend 90 million, is it euros? 9 million euros? Or 9 million pounds?
I think it was 95 with 5 in add-ons, but that was euros.
Yeah. Euros, right. So 95 million.
It's about 80 odd.
95 million euros. When you spend that, you're not spending him to sit on the bench. It's not happening. No. He's going to start eventually. I just don't think he starts in. But he's a very exciting player. I know Adam is a massive fan of his. I know he likes watching him. Get you off your seat sort of player. Great skill, great dribbling. Enjoys the assists, enjoys providing assists for people. He spoke about it at Ajax when he was providing assists for Haller. He had a great relationship with him, enjoy setting him up, providing crosses, providing balls to him, stuff like that. So he loved it. So I think that's what we need. We need a winger or a forward that enjoys the assist part more than the goals part. Because I think a lot of our front three, especially Rashford, Martial, Ronaldo, they're all about goals. They're all about selfish, which is great when you've got one or two of them, that's fine. But when all 3 of them are that, it makes it difficult to provide some intricate play and sort of passages of play in front of the goal. So I think Anthony brings that. I think he brings that sort of thing, which will be, if we play Ronaldo up top, which I think we should with Anthony and Sancho, I think that feeds right into his game. So hopefully that's what's going to happen going forward. I don't know if he starts tomorrow, though. I think it might be just a bit too early.
Absolutely, I agree with that. And Adam, we've seen Ten Hag go with Elanga, Rashford and Sancho in the past 3 games, even though a lot of us were predicting Ronaldo to start, maybe someone to come out, maybe someone pushing Bruno Fernandes a little bit up. But when you have someone like Cristiano Ronaldo, who we all know is a massive clutch player in the biggest of games, Arsenal's a massive game for us tomorrow. Would you go for the same winning team, as we call it, or would you bring Ronaldo in for tomorrow's game?
I'm bringing Ronaldo in after he's coming off. When he came off the bench in the last game against Leicester, we created a lot more. We looked a lot more deadly up front. Rashford, I'm going to be honest, he didn't look good at all. In the middle, I know he provided the assist, didn't he, for the goal, fair play, but the ball kept getting passed into the middle to him, and it just kept hitting like either the back of his feet, and it went backwards. And I think in a space of probably a minute and a half, he broke up the attack when it was going places. So I think Ronaldo in there, instinctively, he has really, really good positioning. And I think the whole reason he hasn't really played, because let's be honest, we know he isn't happy on the bench. Rio Ferdinand even said it, and he said, talked to him a bit. I genuinely think it was till after the whole transfer window closed, just because there was so much news, so much, a lot of articles being thrown around here, there, and everywhere. And he said that it's not about. None of them are speaking the truth.
Is that interview? Is that interview still coming? Is it still coming out?
Yeah.
Or is it going to be nipped in the?
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Well,
Like,
that was going to be my next question, just to throw at you. It's like a very quick fire. Where did we stand on the Ronaldo situation? Because a lot of us were saying, whilst transfer window was ongoing, if he wants to leave, let him go. Don't start him. Keep him on the bench. Ten Hag's doing the right thing. Now the window's shut. Where do we go from here now?
If he's willing to buckle down and be like, right, I'm not going anywhere for at least till January, if not next summer, and he's willing to go, right, I'll put the training in, I'll put the work in, stuff like that, and he's willing to integrate himself into the philosophy and the style that Ten Hag plays, cool. And he works hard. Ten Hag thinks he's available, he's suitable for a game. Get him in. I've not got an issue with it. It's all about what the manager wants and how he thinks he fits into the team. But if he's going to continue with a bad attitude, phone it in, and just continue talking about leaving, then yeah, sit on the bench, like take a seat. Yeah. But I don't give a shit. But if he's willing to go, right, I'm not going anywhere for at least 6 months or at least a year. Let's get my head down. Let's play. Let's win some games. Let's see if we can get to a point in Europa League, get in the FA Cup, get anything, and then he can go to the World Cup. Do his thing there, and then come back, and in January see where we're at. Does he want to go? Does he want to stay? He might be in a better state then. See what happens in January. But for now, I think if he's willing to buckle down, I'm happy to let him start and get in the team.
I like it. Shreyas, where do you stand with Ronaldo currently? Because there's been a lot of mixed views on it.
Yeah.
He's obviously a massive polarizing figure, and if you get Ronaldo on your side, it can only be positive, right?
Yeah, I think when it comes to Ronaldo, I would still say, even with all the things that have happened until this transfer window has ended, whenever he's on the pitch, he isn't going to be that sort of a guy who's going to look like his head is not in the game. His head is completely somewhere else. He's going to be involved in the game. He's going to want to look to score more goals, and he is a professional at the end of the day. He's not like one of those players who just keep on sitting on the bench or just not be present during training or something like that. He's going to put the work in if he's going to stay. And yeah, I think if we are able to integrate him into this lineup, I think we'll be looking at a very, very comfortable position in the league, at least till the Europa League actually reaches to a serious stage. It is only the league that would be of big competition to us, and that's where I would like Ronaldo to actually come in and step up, because in the last 3 games, we've seen Rashford is being used as a number 9, but the only thing that Rashford brings to the table is his pace. And against teams like Arsenal, who who are centre backs who do have the pace, who can actually track back and make up for the lost spaces. Rashford wouldn't work because Rashford doesn't have that movement and Rashford doesn't have that eye to act or vision to actually poke through the spaces. He's looking good with his link up play. He's able to get the players involved around him, but he isn't the kind of guy who can generate space and just walk into the perfect area at the perfect time. And we've seen how many times we struggle because of it. Ronaldo is the kind of guy who can generate that space and actually make those runs and move into those spaces, which would allow us to actually provide more crosses into the box, especially now that we've got Anthony. Crossing is going to be something that is going to be going to be looked into, I would say. Even Eriksen, we've seen at times, he tries to play that long ball to Rashford, but it just hasn't worked.
He's not got the kind of aerial ability
exactly.
for it.
Yeah, he isn't able to control until the time it is actually on the ground, and at the the kind of teams we've been facing, the centre backs that we've come up against, they don't really have that kind of a, I would say, they don't really lack pace. They don't really lack that defensive awareness. I would say that you can actually play that long ball, have the time to control as well as go in for the finish. So and especially against.
Sorry, let me throw you a hypothetical then. If we do bring Cristiano in tomorrow, we go on to win the game. He bags a couple of goals for us. How much confidence do you think that'll give us as a team to then go on and maybe win something this year, or maybe get top 4, or give us a platform to go on a really good winning streak? Because at the start of the season, when we lost to Brighton, we lost to Brentford, I think everyone straight away kind of threw top 4 in the bin and was like, not a chance of we even getting a sniff near there the way we're performing at the minute. If we go beat Arsenal tomorrow, how much of a big statement will that be?
It definitely would be, because right now I think this is the first time this fixture actually carries that sort of weight, because both the teams right now are in, I think both the teams are coming off some really, really good momentum. We have won 3 games in a row. Arsenal are right now at the top of the league. So if we win this game, we move into the top 4, and Arsenal do fall down from that first position. And except that as well, I would still say Lisandro Martinez has looked really, really good. Malacia has looked really, really good. Eriksen has looked really, really good. But for us, even now, the biggest player that we have right now is Cristiano Ronaldo. If Cristiano Ronaldo does end up having a good game, if he actually kicks into form, I would say it would give the team as a whole a lot of energy, because when your star player is performing really, really well, it does give the team to energy to actually, work more, especially the kind of figure Ronaldo is. I still see that, if someone like him can actually get goals, if someone like him can actually get the mentality right with all the 11 players and actually play as a whole unit as 11 players, then I think, it would be something that is going to give us a big boost. Might help us getting top 4 as well, because we saw last season Ronaldo was the only reason we ended up getting Europa League in the first place. If it wasn't for him, we would have.
Just on that, let me pick at you on the point on that, and then anyone can come back to me on this as well. But do you think, yes, Ronaldo contributed a lot and he got a lot of goals, but him coming into that team had an effect on the likes of Bruno Fernandes, who we've spoken about before, had an effect on the likes of maybe other ones like a Sancho from when we're pressing from the front, or basically, do you think he affects the system when we do play him?
I think I would break it into 3 halves, because we have had 3 managers since Ronaldo has come in. Under Oli, I think Bruno has had his best game, because Bruno didn't really have the time to actually make those make like 3 to 4 judgments. It used to be a situation where we had been counter-attacking every single game, no matter who we came up against. And we ended up, whether it was Martial, whether it was Cavani, whether it was Ronaldo, we ended up creating just 1 to 2 good chances per game, and we had to bank on them actually converting those 1 to 2 chances to actually win the game. So under Oli, I would still say,
it was moments of individual quality. That's what we were relying on, wasn't it? Whereas now we have a team, we have a method of playing, the way we want to structure, and I don't think Ronaldo fits into that. I think he can, if it works out, but I don't think he wants to. I think he wants something different. Obviously, he wants to play in the Champions League, stuff like that. So I think it's going to be difficult, and I think that's why he's not starting, because Ten Hag is like, unless you're 100% committed to the system and the way Ten Hag wants to play, you don't play.
My criticism isn't on the ball, what we're doing on the ball, it's off the ball.
Yeah.
Like the hard work off the ball. Ten Hag demands the exact same from every single player. You can't be, pressing in bursts. That's my issue with Ronaldo.
Look at Malacia. Entire game, I focused on him. The last game, he's switched on all day long. He's looking, he's scanning, he's focusing. Like next him, move, go. He's constantly on it. He's constantly it was exhausting watching him because he was just so focused on it. And I think that's the sort of level of intensity you need in a Ten Hag team.
Contagious.
And I don't think that's why Luke Shaw hasn't been in his team, because we've seen it time and time again. Luke Shaw's just going lackadaisical, just from a moment's lapse of concentration, and just forgets what the fuck he's doing, or just doesn't get back in time, or he's not there on it. And I think that's what you need in this team. And I think that's why Rashford's been starting over Ronaldo, because I think he must be in training that Rashford's buying into this system and doing it and doing what Ten Hag's asked of him. Yeah. Obviously, his finishing isn't great, and he's not a great number 9. I think he's better off the left, but hopefully that sort of changes with time. And I think he was banking on Martial being his guy, because I think Martial is the perfect Ten Hag player. Holds up play well, brings other players into it. He's very good with his feet, great finisher.
Well, he's a system player, isn't it?
Exactly, and he plays into a system. Perfectly. So he was banking on Martial, and he got injured. So this is what's happened now. I think if we had invested and bought a striker, I think we'd be in a better position. I think Ten Hag would be a bit more confident with where he's at. Right now, he's trying to patch things up, I think, until Martial's fit again. Yeah. Or Ronaldo decides, I'm just going to 100% commit to this and just give everything. So
I
think just on that, I would just say, I think I would have actually, preferred Martial over Ronaldo before we actually got Casemiro in. Because once you actually put Casemiro into that system, we still don't really know how he wants to use Casemiro into this lineup, whether he still wants to work with someone with the profile of McTominay, or he wants to work with someone of a profile of Eriksen or Fred. Because once you actually put Casemiro into that lineup, Malacia and Dello would never be looking backwards. They would always be bombing forward, because the moment you put Casemiro into that lineup, the midfield gets galvanized. Even Eriksen or whoever is playing alongside him, they don't really, have to track back every single time they move forward. Because what we've seen in the first few games is that whenever Eriksen has actually tried to play the ball forward, he has to track back immediately, because McTominay cannot handle the ball on his own. He can't track the runners.
Yeah. Adam, I want to bring you in on this. I want to get your thoughts.
Is Adam still here? I didn't realize. I thought he'd left.
I want to bring Adam in on this. You've always said the analogy of the broken spine. If you look at it now, potentially for tomorrow, we could have De Gea in there, who's, mixed opinions, but overall, a lot of people say he's a top class keeper. Yeah. You've got Varane, Lisandro Martinez at centre back, Casemiro in the middle, Christian Eriksen who's come into it, and then possibly Ronaldo up top. You compare that to under Ole, when we had Dan James, Rashford, McTominay, Harry Maguire, Wan-Bissaka, them kind of players in the team. It's worlds apart in it. And do you think Ronaldo can really contribute to that, like being in the team as that main focal point, as the main leader? Do you think he'd be able to suit the system? It's two separate kind of questions there.
First off, on our spine of the team, it's completely transformed. It has, and I think Ten Hag has identified that. He knew that needed to change right down the middle, because if you look at all the top sides, you just look straight down the middle, and that's where all their world class talent is mainly straight down the middle. It is. Because everyone off that are left and right, then you don't have to necessarily have, you can have one good fullback and then maybe one not so good. But as long as you have that balance in the middle, the perfect balance of being world class, obviously passer of the ball in midfield, lethal finisher up front. Look at Madrid, they have Benzema up front, their midfield, their defence, rock solid keeper straight down the middle. They're European champions.
Don't get Nick excited.
I was gonna say, Adam, it's like a sandwich, isn't it? You could have bread on thing, but as long as you got the cheese, ham, mayo in the middle, you sorted. You know what I mean? You can have maybe a bit of shit bread, and the filling is still kind of save it. Do you know what I mean? But you can't have a shit middle, and then it doesn't work like that.
Exactly. You can't push like good filling into blue mold bread.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. And then on Ronaldo, I think he can be the focal point. I genuinely think the creativity looks a lot better, and I don't necessarily see it like the triangles using Rashford a lot. I know he created bits here and there, but he kept breaking up the play. What I saw from Ronaldo when he came on, he linked it up a lot better.
He did.
I think he should have got He should have got an assist. I don't know why he decided to dribble back out in the edge of the box and take a shot. And he nearly set up. He nearly got a goal himself with a bicycle kick. Then.
Oh,
Looked,
mate,
Yeah.
my testicles were in my stomach. Like, honestly, God, I stood up and went. I did like said to Nick on the stream yesterday. I was like, do you know the Gary Neville orgasm noise?
yeah.
That's the noise I did. I was just like, oh, like
Yeah.
just fucking. Oh, so
And
close.
it felt like it went in slow motion. Too.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I was so excited I thought that was going in. I was convinced it was going in. Like, my girlfriend was looking at me going, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "It was fucking." Oh.
I think if he was a bit more match fit and match sharpness, he probably would have buried it too.
Did he do it for
but
Juve? He did it for Juve, did he? The
Yeah.
same goal, which was
Yeah,
phenomenal.
the Juve fans. No, I think he did it against Juve, didn't he?
Was it against Juve?
And, yeah, the Juve fans
Yeah.
were
Clapping him, yeah, I
and
remember.
got it.
Yeah, that was it.
hmm But I genuinely think we have the creativity, the creative players to actually create chances for him, and actually we have two fullbacks who now know how to cross the ball into the box, where we haven't really utilised his aerial ability that much.
Anthony
Because
as well.
for me,
Anthony
Yeah,
as well. He's gonna.
whip them in, and then if you want, one thing I like about bringing Anthony in, having a left-footed winger, is you can invert the wingers. Then you can swap them throughout the game if you want, whether you want them to cut in or you want them to go on the outside and deliver the ball in. But it's one area that we didn't use that much with Ronaldo, and for me, he's the best header of the ball I think that's ever played. Like in terms of being a forward, I don't think there's anyone who has a better leap than him. I think he's the world record too for it.
Yeah,
But
wouldn't surprise
we
me.
never really used it that much. So I do think he can be the focal point. He just has to buy into the idea, and I think we're seeing it a bit more recently now because he's actually cheering the players on. Like even like if you look off the camera, on some fan footage, he's there like applauding all the players, like in the warm up too, even though he knows he's not starting as well. So
Yeah.
there seems to be a bit more team morale.
That's what we wanted to see, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I wanted to see that
Exactly.
more. I can't be asked with. We always moan about Bruno Fernandes. Moaning. You can't have double standards just because it's Ronaldo. Ronaldo was moaning as well constantly. Like, and it has a. I always say you put someone in a room with a moody person for 3 hours. Eventually, at some point, they're going to end up becoming moody themselves. It's contagious.
Yeah.
And Ronaldo was having that effect on the players.
The
Now
same
he's a
with
team
the-
player. Well done. Keep going. Like that's what we want.
Same
Team
with
player.
Maguire. Like Maguire dragged that defense down because of his attitude and the way everything was like, oh fucking.
Yeah, Mope.
And he's just like that dragged Lindelof down, who I think is a decent defender. He dragged fucking Shaw down. Like you saw them two play together. It was fucking awful. And then you like Wan-Bissaka was just like mood and attitude changes teams. It doesn't matter who it is, they change teams. And I think that's like Adam said, you've changed that spine now. The attitude of Lisandro Martinez and Varane, totally different. The attitude of that midfield, even when you've got Scott McTominay in there or a Fred in there, you've got Casemiro, Ericsson, stuff like that. You've got these players in there, so it's changed the attitude completely.
One thing. Go on, Adam. You go.
I was just going to say on the attitude, we seen it when Darlow ended up winning the goal kick and then going straight to the two centre halves. Like having that like great morale, that's what we wanted to see. We just lacked that for the last year and a half. And that's what we want to see more of, a bit of team spirit, because it seems last season everyone was against each other. Like we saw the leagues coming out, they were taking shots at each other rather than shots at goal. So hopefully now we can actually build on that. And I think it's straight down because of the spine. The spine has changed and we just look a lot better. We do, a lot more sturdy as a team.
I was going to say our walkout song should be Nirvana. Smells like Team Spirit, but it's Teen Spirit, innit?
Teen Spirit.
I
was like, don't you dare say that. I'm going to have to correct you. Like, don't say that.
Yeah, I was just about to say it in my head and I went, oh no, that's not going to work.
We don't have Adam Johnson in our team, so let's not.
No, we don't. One thing I was going to say about the team itself was the actual. Oh, this is going to sound so fucked up now. The age profile of it. We've got a lot of young players. We've got like Malacia, 23. We've got Dallo, who's I think he's only 23 himself, 24. Lisandro Martinez, 24. You've obviously got a blend of experience as well, which Gary Neville always said was really important. I remember him saying on the podcast of the day that if the class of 92 would have come into the United team right now, not a chance would they be the players that they would have been. because you've not got that core experience to guide you through the games. Now you've got youngsters, blended in with Casemiro, De Gea, Ronaldo. You've got that nice blend there then where they're willing to learn, they're putting in 100% every day in training, and they can start to develop. Anthony's got 21, Sancho's 21, Rashford's 23, Martial's still relatively young, 25. So you've got a lot of young players in there who can still develop and grow, and that's what I like about it. Let's dive into the quick fire questions, and one of them's straight on Ronaldo. Tomorrow's game, lads, just a yes or no answer. Will Cristiano Ronaldo start?
No.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Who will score first, Arsenal or United?
United.
They won't
United.
Oh, well, that's bold. That's Reyes. Very bold. Will Jesus score tomorrow?
Yeah.
I think he'll get one.
Shreya? Oh no, you said they won't score. Did you? So
Yeah.
Can't put it for you. Will anyone get sent off?
It wouldn't surprise me, but I don't think so. But it wouldn't. If it does happen, I wouldn't be surprised.
I think there's going to be a separate promotion in Bare Knuckle FC and Lisandro and Jesus just absolutely
Let it
throwing
happen.
hooks at each
Let
other.
it happen. Please let it happen.
I can see an explosion tomorrow between players,
Please.
honestly.
I'm begging for it. I love it.
Okay, next quick fire. Will Casemiro or Anthony start, or both? What do you think?
Anthony won't start. Casemiro probably. I think probably.
Has to, right?
I think I think Eriksen drops out, and I think Casemiro comes in.
I agree.
Yeah.
Adam?
Oh. I think he's going to stay. I think McTominay gets dropped.
Okay. I, on the flip side of things, though, I actually wouldn't be surprised if McTominay starts.
I
Genuinely,
wouldn't
Yeah,
either.
same.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
either.
Yeah, really. Will we score more than one goal tomorrow?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, definitely.
Shreya's very positive with this.
I know.
And the last question, will there be a lot of rotation in the team in general? Obviously, don't go into your teams because we're going to do predicted 11 soon. But
I think we're only see one, maybe two. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
One or two, yeah?
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. Now we're going to do the fun part, and obviously there's going to be a bit of bias because it's United.
Before you do,
Go on.
Man City have drew 1-1 with Aston Villa.
Finished?
Yeah, finished.
I've actually.
Yeah,
wow.
Leon Bailey got an equaliser.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That surprised me. Okay, now. Gerrard might have just saved his scout.
Saved his job. He saved his job, hadn't
he? Yeah. Wow. Fair play to Aston Villa.
We've a title charge tomorrow.
No, this isn't AFTV.
No,
this is not AFTV.
Adam, put the whiskey down. Chill out. Let's not do that.
No. Yeah. I wanted to do an all-time combined 11 of United and Arsenal players and try keep the bias out of it if you can. So we'll start off with keepers. In Arsenal's camp, you've obviously got David Seaman. You've got Lehmann in net for them as well.
Yeah.
I can't really think of any other great goalkeepers they've had. Arsenal fans might be there like, oh god.
Don Leno.
No.
Leno.
No.
Leno.
I said good, not shit, awful keepers who they sold.
They're not big.
Saying,
no keeper they've got can offer up to Schmeichel or Van der Sar. Like they haven't got.
Yeah.
It.
Oh, okay.
They haven't
Okay,
got
that's fair. Would you all agree with that, lads?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But which one out of them would you put in the all-time 11?
Van der Sar.
Schmeichel.
I hate Schmeichel, so Van der Sar.
Should I go with someone else?
Penalty save in the
No,
FA Cup.
Shreyas, you can't say De Gea.
Shut up, Shreyas. No. No.
If you want to say that, you can, but then I'll have to
Nick,
do the decider.
Nick, you make a decider because he's not picking. Don't pick.
I'm going to wait until Shreyas, go on.
Yeah, I'll go with Van der Sar.
Van der Sar. Okay, we'll go with Edward Van der Sar.
Yeah.
Right back, again, not like a colossal kind of... Colossal options? Don't even make sense. Sorry. Right back, talk to me. Who's going in at right back in this all-time 11? Gary Neville?
Gary Neville for me. I just think consistency over a long period. I can't remember Neville having really a stinker other than the one game he said that ended his career.
Yeah, the last year of his career, he put in some shit performances, didn't he?
Hector Bellerin?
He knew him.
Fuck off. Fuck off. You know what? He's got great fashion sense, Hector Bellerin. Some of the drip he's been wearing is fucking fantastic. But yeah,
I'm just thinking he looked like Darth Vader in one picture.
I
Yeah,
think
he
looked
did.
like a
Yeah, he did.
Mexican porn star. That's what I think he looked like.
Who else have we got right backs for Arsenal? Let's have a look.
For the Arsenal.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm having a look at Arsenal right backs history now. Torre, Laurent.
Is that Colo Torre?
Bakary Sagna.
Fuck off.
No, God.
Bakary
Sagna.
Sagna.
Okay, no. Yeah, let's go for it quickly. I don't want to
Lauren.
spend time looking at Arsenal right
Lauren.
backs. Who we put in there?
I'd say Gary Neville because I'm looking at Lauren, Eboué, Torre. Yeah, they're not fucking great, is it?
Shrez, you happy to go with Gary Neville?
Yeah, same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Centre backs. We've got Tony Adams for Arsenal, Vidic, Rio, Stam. We've got you could throw Steve Bruce and Pallister in there if you want, but
Sol
before
Campbell.
my time. But who? Sorry.
Sol Campbell's a good shout.
Alessandro Martinez, Varane. I'm only joking slightly.
Salah.
Who do you think as a partnership? Do you think then? Who
Are we
would
going to do where you
complement?
can only select one from each team, or
No, you can
okay?
pick whoever you want as long as it's Arsenal or United player at centre back.
You see,
Who
the
would you
thing
put
is, I
together?
think the best Premier League centre back partnership was always Rio and Vidic.
This is
Yeah.
just to be it's gonna be a United team, this
I
isn't it?
know.
It's
Yeah.
just gonna
It's gonna
be a
be-
fucking
Yeah,
United
yeah.
team.
Yeah.
But like, if I was to only choose one from each, I'd probably choose.
All right, let's do one from each just to make it
Yeah.
not as biased.
Should we do Sol
Yeah.
Campbell
Yeah.
and then do either Rio or Vidic on it? It's got to be
You do
Rio or
Vidic if you wanted to compliment it.
Yeah,
Sol Campbell
go
and
with
Vidic. I
Go
think.
with Vidic, Sol Campbell.
Yeah.
I think if we're going to be
Yeah.
balanced, but I'd rather not have him
Yeah.
in my team. But let's
Yeah.
be balanced.
I know. Left back, I would go straight with Ashley Cole straight away. I know he's a bit of a dickhead.
Fucking
but
hate him.
He,
I
out
hate
of
him
the
so
left
much.
backs. I know. I love Evra.
I'm shouting Patrice Evra. Sorry. Patrice
I love
Evra.
Evra, but Ashley Cole is a better player than Evra.
Somebody back
Yeah.
me on Evra, please.
I just think Cashley done it for a longer period. He did. Obviously went to.
Yeah, but Evra
Chelsea.
Evra won more. Evra won more stuff.
Yeah, but I don't think. Yeah, but you can throw that argument out there. Like someone as a striker, like fucking I don't know who named someone Jesus, let's say. Yeah, as won more than Harry Kane, but he's not.
Yeah,
a
but he
better
didn't
striker than
start. But
Harry Kane.
he didn't start though, did he? Jesus,
He
wanted to
started
start.
loads for City.
Yeah, no,
Of
but he
course
wanted to start
Yeah.
striker because he was around when Aguero was about. Aguero was always started over Jesus.
Yeah, but I'm
He
just
never
saying,
got any
like
team.
this kind of trophy. Ronaldo, R9 never won the Champions League, but he's the best striker ever in my personal opinion, or definitely up there. So I don't buy into this kind of because they haven't won anything, they're not good players.
I think Evra all day, every
Alan
day.
Shearer won one Premier League title, and he's the all-time top goal scorer.
Yeah, but again, he won a title. So
Won.
it's yeah,
Won
but
one.
with Blackburn, so that's an achievement in itself, isn't it? To win a title with Blackburn.
Who we have in at left back?
I'm gonna stick with Ashley Cole.
Fucking
okay.
idiots.
I know. I said the same thing. Like giving up
Who
Joe
are-
Cole as
fucking
a
hell.
wife.
Yeah,
Idiot.
yeah, win. Moving to midfield, then what kind of formation do you want to go with? The old school 4-4-2, or do you want to go with the 4-3-3?
Yeah, let's go 4-4-2 because I think that
Yeah,
reflects.
makes it a bit more,
Yeah.
bit more fun, doesn't it? All right, let's go to left mid then. We've got Perez, Ryan Giggs. I don't know who else played on the left really. You got Youngberg, who played there as well. Ronaldo, yeah, because obviously he was a winger
Yeah.
for us. Or you can have Ronaldo as a striker because he's both times he's been at United. He's obviously more of a striker now, isn't he? So take your pick.
It's Ronaldo or Giggs for me. I think you have to go with one of them.
I have to
Yeah.
push you for one.
I'm Ronaldo.
Ronaldo.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll go with that.
Right mid, David Beckham. We're gonna throw in there.
Where did
I
Perez
don't
play?
really know.
Where did Perez play?
Perez
He's
was on the left.
he's
Perez
on the
was
left.
on the left.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know right
Yeah,
wingers for
Reyes.
Arsenal. Antonio Reyes, yeah, like I don't really.
Jose
think
Antonio
Yeah.
Reyes.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a
Yeah.
fucking shout, wasn't it? He died
Yeah.
actually, didn't he? He died recently.
Yeah, that's what Adams just said then. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I'm
I
gonna
can't
quickly,
think of.
quickly
Oh, I'm
Google.
gonna throw Overmars in there as well. I forgot about
Oh,
Overmars.
good fucking player. Good fucking
Yeah.
player.
Very good player.
Arsenal right wingers. Let's have a look.
I bet there's
Antonio
someone we're
Valencia.
missing now.
Yeah, that's what I'm just
Well,
double
shit.
checking.
I bet there's someone massive we're missing. I'm just like, oh yeah, shit, fucking hell.
Let's have a look.
But right wingers off the top of my
Guys.
head. Go
Walcott,
on.
Left
Parlour.
backs. We forgot Dennis Irwin.
Oh god, yeah. But the thing is, Dennis,
Yeah.
I appreciate Dennis Irwin, but he was a little bit before. I think he stopped playing for United in like 2002, was it? Something like that. 2003 maybe. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was 7 years old, 8 years old then when I look back at it like that. But I appreciate him, very good left back. But from what I saw Ashley Cole growing up, so I obviously noticed his performances a lot more.
Yeah, there's nobody popping up like obvious. Everyone, Dan Raj in the chat said Arshavin. Fuck off, Dan. Fucking Andre Arshavin. Fucking Andre Arshavin. Aaron Gregory say Ray Parler. Nah, I don't know. I don't know about Ray Parler.
Should we pick George Best?
Again, it's one I appreciate, but it's in the 60s, 70s, isn't it? So I can't really. Do you know what I mean?
I'm not that old, so let's not.
Sam's a boomer, but even he didn't see George Best.
Fucking hell, boomers born in 1950s, mate. Like, come on.
All right, David Beckham. Should we throw him on the right?
Yeah, let's go with David Beckham.
Yeah, David Beckham.
Okay. Then there's the spicy bits, the centre midfielders and the strikers up top. Centre mid.
So we're gonna have to. It's gonna be Keane or Vieira, isn't it? That's the problem.
I think because what we did with the centre backs.
Yeah.
We have to do the same thing with the midfield partnership.
So it's Keane or let's.
Well, Arsenal had Fabregas as well.
Well, that's what I mean. So if we go Keane, then we could probably go Fabregas, couldn't we?
Should we go Scholes?
Yeah,
I'd have Vieira and Scholes.
You'd have Vieira and Scholes. I'd have Keane and Fabregas. I would.
Are you putting
Adam's gonna drop the Irish player, isn't he? He's gonna drop him.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. You put him in a sticky predicament there. What are you going for, Adam?
I had to choose Keane. I think best Premier League.
But then you have to have an Arsenal player next to him.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Who could I put in there?
Fabregas, Özil.
Fucking Özil.
Oh, it's a tough one. Fabregas was a great player.
Any other midfielders?
I'm just looking now.
I fucking my Arsenal history is just. I just remember obviously the core like the other players we're gonna get into in a sec, but
Manuel Petit.
Oh, Petit.
Gilberto Silva, Overmars.
Petit was a very good player.
Yeah.
Very good player. But I'd still go Vieira and Scholes.
Ray Parler.
Yeah, same. Average Scholes.
Paul Merson.
Oh fuck no! Fuck off, Paul fucking Merson. The best player as he was a fucking pundit. Fuck Paul Merson. Right, we'll have to come to some form of agreement. Me and Treyas both say Keane and Vieira and Scholes. Sorry,
Yeah,
so if you two
I'm saying Keane.
We're gonna go with
I'm saying Keane and Fabregas.
Adam.
I think I'm going with Sam, so we're split down the middle.
We'll leave it to the
in the chat. Tell us Keane and Fabregas, or do you say Vieira and Scholes? Put us in the chat. And then we'll
El Neni in the chat.
El Neni.
And we'll put a poll out on it. So Vieira and Scholes, Keane and Fabregas together as a pairing in this all-time 11. Let us know. Let's move on to attackers, guys. This is where it's also going to get dicey. Thierry Henry.
Henry has to be in there.
Yeah.
Dennis Bergkamp. Dennis Bergkamp.
I do. But I think Henry just.
Wait for it. Wait for it. Wayne Rooney.
Yeah.
And Rude.
Van Nistelrooy.
Well, let's pick our Arsenal one first. Let's pick the Arsenal one. So my vote is Thierry Henry. It has to be Henry.
Thierry Henry. Has to be.
I love Dennis Bergkamp so much. He's a fantastic player, but you have to pick Henry. It has to be.
Henry, yeah. And then who goes next to him?
So you've got Rooney. Road Van Nistelrooy. If we already picked Ronaldo left wing.
You can throw Tevez,
Berbatov, Andy Cole, Dwight York.
Andy Cole's a very good player.
Cantona is also a centre forward.
Who?
Eric Cantona.
Cantona, yeah, again, but it's a little bit previous before our kind of, for our age kind of dynamic, let's say.
I'm going to leave Ollie and stuff out because obviously he didn't start enough games. As much as I love Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I think you have to leave him out. But
when you're talking about the likes of Rooney though and Henry, couldn't lace the boots. In my opinion, I'd go with Rooney.
Yeah, I think I know what I'm doing.
Rooney and
I'm gonna either maybe a 4-4-1-1. I play Rooney behind Henry.
I like it. They complement each other, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Rooney always sacrificed himself for the team. That's what I love.
I'm outvoted, so it's It is.
Okay.
It is.
Right, so we've got Almunia in net, Abue at right back.
Almunia.
Yeah, we've got did we go Van der Sar in
Van der
net?
Sar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Van der
understand
Sar,
that.
Gary Neville, Sol
Vidic.
Campbell,
And
Vidic.
Vidic. Yeah.
Ashley Cole.
Yeah.
And then we had left wing. Did we choose Ronaldo or Giggs?
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo on the left wing. Right wing, we had David Beckham. Centre mid was left to the viewers, so let us know, guys, who's going into the centre mid partnership. Scholes and Vieira or Keane and Fabregas. And then up top, Thierry Henry and Wayne Rooney.
Yeah.
Not a fucking bad
That's
team.
a title
whatsoever.
destroying team, that, innit? That is absolutely fucking.
Yeah.
And then on the bench, you could have fucking Bergkamp, Overmars, Tevez, Berbatov. Like, the list is endless. Andy Cole.
Rio.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go on.
See in the chat. Well, someone said that Zinchenko, Ramsdale, and Odegaard are all out.
I know Odegaard's got a knock, and I know Zinchenko has.
Does
I didn't know Ramsdale was
Ramsdale's out.
Zinchenko is out. Zinchenko is out.
Yeah, I knew that.
I'm sure Aaron will be happy about that.
I didn't know Ramsdale was out. yeah, I just remembered that. I just remembered it.
I was waiting for your reaction, and it's just like, yeah, it's hit him.
Shout out to Aaron. Shout out to Aaron in the chat.
Yeah. Let's do predicted 11s again. As always, I'll do mine very quickly, and then I'll ask you lads for yours. I'm going to go with David De Gea in net, Diego Dallo at right back, Varane, Lissandro Malacia, same back five because they've been doing really well. I think Christian Eriksen's going to get dropped for this game because he ran himself into the ground against Leicester, ran more than anyone on the pitch and looked leggy towards the end. So I think Bruno, Casemiro, and Fred will be the midfield. I think it's got a nice balance to it. Obviously, Casemiro and Fred have played numerous times for the national team and look really good and well balanced. And then I think Sancho, I think he'll go with the same three again. I think Ronaldo should come into it, but I think he'll go with Sancho, Rashford, and Elanga. And then bring Ronaldo on at half time. Adam, give me yours, please, mate.
Obviously, the same back five anyway. I don't think that's going to change for a long time anyway. Hopefully, it doesn't. Hopefully, we have no knocks, injuries, anything like that. I think Casemiro comes in, but I'm going to... You know what? The more I think now, I think it's going to be Casemiro, McTominay, and Bruno. How you mentioned, because Eriksen did nearly run himself into the ground. He covered more distance than anyone else. And that really says a lot about the rest of the team, especially when a man who had a heart attack, well, maybe 12 months ago.
Exactly.
Yeah,
spot on.
Yeah.
Spot on.
And then also taking part in the punishment when we didn't run enough.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
He done that as well.
He's just class, innit? He's just fucking class, man. Like.
And I think bringing him in is going to actually push everyone else on. They're going to look at him and say, this fella was dead like a year and a bit ago, and here he is, and he's doing more than all of us. So it kind of lifts everyone else. So that midfield three, and I think he's going to go Rashford, Sancho, and Ronaldo.
Okay. Sam?
Yeah, just a couple of things in the chat. Dan Raj was saying Keane and Ozil. I don't agree with that. Strikers should be
Ozil was a very good player.
Rude and Henry.
Yeah.
Ugly Bear said, what about Carrick? Shout for Carrick. Great player. I think great player.
Underrated, but when it comes to Scholes, Vieira, Keane, again, I don't think he's in that category for me.
Dan Raj said Odegaard and Ramsdale have travelled with the squad. So, interesting. There's a question from Exhibit. I'll read that out after we've done our team's exhibit, and then we'll answer that for you, but not forgotten about it, so remind me. David De Gea, I think back five's unchanged. Dallo, Martinez, Varane, Malacia. I think if you change that, you're fucking with fire there. Like, it's not worth doing. I think like me and Nick have both said, Eriksen gets dropped. I wouldn't be surprised to see Scott McTominay keep his place and do Casemiro, Bruno. I also wouldn't be surprised if it's Fred as well. Fred, Casemiro, Bruno. I wouldn't be surprised at that either. That's what I'd prefer, honestly. But I think Scott McTominay might keep his place. And I think it's the same front three. I think it's Elanga, Rashford, Sancho. And then I think we see Anthony at some point off the bench in the second half.
Do you know what, the past 3 weeks, sorry, I'm going to get into yours in a sec straight as. The past 3 weeks, I've said Ronaldo will start, and then he's played at Elanga, Rashford and Sancho. Now I'm saying it'll be the same front three. I guarantee it starts Ronaldo tomorrow. Shreyas, hit me up with your predicted 11.
I think, of course, it's going to be the same back five, except that I think Casemiro does come in for Eriksen, but he still sticks with McTominay and Bruno. Because I think with McTominay, the thing has been whenever he's played bad, he hasn't been dropped. And in the last game against Leicester, he was good. So I don't really see McTominay getting dropped, but I do see Casemiro getting in for Eriksen. And I think Ronaldo comes in for Elanga. And we see Rashford of the left and Sancho of the right, because Elanga, he isn't ready for this kind of a stature or this kind of a challenge.
Interesting, very interesting. I hope Casemiro starts tomorrow. Really hope he starts. I think you're going to need that guy in there dominating the midfield and breaking up play. And that's why I think Fred could come in and complement that as well. Because the way Arsenal are on the ball, it's going to take a lot of concentration and a lot of defensive stability. So
question
I hope they
from
start.
Exhibit. With Maguire and the Shaw always on the bench, do you think Southgate still picks them for the national team since the World Cup's coming in November?
Yeah. He will.
It's a good question. It's a good question.
He picked them when they were playing bad. So why would he not pick them now? He's like Ollie. He's gonna always pick them.
Well, I think if you look at options for England, there's not exactly mega outstanding candidate. You obviously got Chilwell, who's I think he scored today for Chelsea.
Especially the system he plays.
From an ACL.
He plays in a back five, doesn't he? So and Maguire thrives in a back five, and he always has for England. So
if it was me, I would play Joe Gomez and Stones together. That's how I'd play it. But Southgate seems to love fucking Maguire.
He could play Tomori as well. Tomori's look good for us.
Tomori as well, yeah.
I don't understand how is Tomori not getting in that team? Don't get it.
I don't understand it. But yeah, he probably will, because he always goes against the grain. He always goes, even if the performance shit, he picks him every single. It's like Ole, picks him every single time, regardless.
Ugly Bear saying he'd bring in Aaron Wan-Bissaka against Arsenal. Ugly Bear's a big fan of Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I don't
against Martinelli. Dallow's been on fire.
Yeah, exactly.
At the minute, I think. I wouldn't want to put that fire out.
Dan Raj is saying Martinelli looks sharp. Dallow won't be able to check him, so Wan-Bissaka can shut him off. There's a lot of shouts for Wan-Bissaka to shut.
Then your right side offensively gets shut down because Wan-Bissaka does nothing.
And Dallow has looked good defensively as well. In the last game as well, he looked really, really good.
Kept Harvey Barnes quiet.
Yeah.
So,
Aaron, did Maguire and Lindelof make it back from Bangkok in time for the match tomorrow?
We'll see. They might not be fit enough. They've been on a bender in Bangkok. Maguire's fuming with Ten Hag, so he's gone on a piss up. Right, let's do score predictions then. I want to get this as a clip, so bear in mind. Let's go. Score predictions. Adam, hit me up.
I'm going to go with 2-1 United. Sancho, then Jesus, and then Ronaldo to get the winner.
Oh, I like it. I like it. Sam, score predictions and goal scorers.
I think it's going to be 1-1. I think it's going to be. It's got like they're going to build it up with this hype of like, oh, Arsenal, can they stay at the top of the league? United back, and it's going to win. It's got draw written all over it, and it's just has like it's got draw written all over it.
Yeah.
So I think score first. Sancho, he's been in scoring form, hasn't he? He's been good. He's been looking like he's scoring goals. So I think Sancho, and then Jesus to get an equaliser. 1-1.
Okay. Mr. Singh, the PUBG King.
Not anymore. Not anymore. He's not played it for fucking months.
That cut him deep.
Yeah.
Score prediction tomorrow.
I think 2-0, and I think Bruno and Ronaldo score.
Bruno Ronaldo. Okay. Yeah. I will go with 1-0 Casemiro scoring. Very random.
Casemiro?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. A rocket as well. I think.
I wonder what the odds are on that. That'd be interesting.
Oh, don't worry.
Yeah.
I'm already on it. Let's get him on there.
Ugly Bear, I think Dallow has a defensive mistake in him. He's played okay, but always looks nervous. I thought he looked assured yesterday. I thought he looked great.
Yeah.
I
think the best moment was when he actually got the crowd up and running after making that tackle. When I think Harvey Barnes was about to cut in.
Aaron saying 3-1 United. Dan Raj is saying 2-2. Exhibit is going Dubravka to start in that. Fucking hell, that's a shout. Same back four: McTominay, Casemiro, Bruno, Anthony. He's saying Anthony starts, Sancho and Rashford. That's Exhibit's starting 11.
Okay. Adam, do you want to?
What I was going to say was I think Dallow's had his best 3 games in a United shirt in his last three. He's just looked absolutely solid. And we said him and Sancho would be probably the players that would, work the best under Ten Hag, and it seems to be going that way anyway. Because we've seen Ten Hag, he's had players like Mazraoui, and he's turned them into an absolute world beater of a fullback. And did he manage Dest? Did he?
Yeah.
Ajax, yeah.
And he made him obviously good enough for Barcelona to want to sign him anywhere. So he really utilises his right back a good bit, and that's why I'm looking forward. I honestly think him and Anthony are going to have a great relationship, and it could be a relationship on the right that could go on for like another 5-6 years. Yeah, that's why I think we need to get him in the team.
Slurp King, great name. I like the name. If Anthony and Casemiro start, I think we will win. Yeah, this could be, mate.
I don't see him starting.
I don't see him starting either.
I do think Anthony against tired legs in the last 15-20 minutes, he will get bums off the seats in Old Trafford. He will.
Exactly.
So I think he'll put on a good cameo.
Yep.
That is.
Sorry.
No, sorry. Yeah. Aaron's favourite player is Zinchenko.
Is he crying on the bench? Is he?
Yeah. Anyway, that is the preview. Preview? No, not preview.
Yes,
yeah,
preview.
Match preview.
Yeah, preview.
Sorry. Heads all over the place. That is the preview complete. Thank you very much, lads. The match is live tomorrow, Super Sunday, 4:30 kickoff, and we'll be live for the watch along from 3:45 to react to team news as per. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and like the video. Let's push them subs on. I can't speak. My mind's going. Push the subs up. Please, thank you. Yes. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss anything when we go live. Also, to keep up to date, make sure you follow us on social media. Check out our Instagram, which the numbers are going right up. That's all. Thank you to Sam. Twitter, Dan's running that smoothly, and Andreas, the regular news updates, and TikTok for clips from this channel, things out of content and stuff, context. Sorry, I really can't fucking speak. Thank you to everyone watching. I hope we make it 4 out of 4. We're going to need all the fire, all the passion we can get for this game. It's a big one, so let's put them out the misery and let's watch everybody on AFTV cry the fucking eyes out.
One last comment from Aaron Gregory. Odds on Zinchenko to cry during the game.
1 out of 1, according to Aaron. 1 out of 1. Perfect. Adam, thank you for joining me today.
No problem. Peace and love.
Peace and love, baby. Peace and love. Sam, always appreciate your support and analysis. Thank you very much.
Peace, brother.
Peace. And Shreyas, I'm sorry about PUBG, but we'll get a win for you tomorrow. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, both will be back soon.
Yeah, exactly. All right, guys. See you later. We'll see you in the next one for the game tomorrow. Take care. Adios.